right, awesome. So basically with space around the items, so you saw the blocks are evenly distributed with even amount of space in between them is what Flex tries to do. So you see they're evenly distributed with even amount of space in between them. All right, so you have the Flex items themselves. So each item, we know what background, giving it the color, background color of tomato. You understand that, right? Each of them have a padding of 5 pixels, width of 200 pixels, height of 150 pixels, and margin top you can see up here of 10 pixels, right? So all this makes sense so far. That line height of 150 pixels is just for this font size, really, to push it up more. That's where the padding comes in as well. Color for the font, white, font weight bold, font size 3M, which is just a relative font size, and text align center. All that makes sense, okay? So what we'll do is you can see now, see originally this was about 1280. So 6 times 210 is what, 1260? So as soon as we get less than 1260, it goes down to another line, right? Because we haven't done box sizing. They haven't done box sizing. So remember, width plus padding for each side. So 210, there's 6 of them. 210 times 6 is 1260, right? And this container is 1280 pixels. So as soon as we get less than 1260, see it kind of in the middle right there? It's hard to see. See as I change it? See that pixel number in the middle right there? So right when we get less than 1260, it pops down to the next one. All right? And we can now start to see everything in here. Flex, row wrap. So it's going left to right, pops it down. You can see that by the order. If we change this to row reverse, all right? So within the row, it's going to be reverse. That's 6 down on the next one. If we say we wanted to do, instead of space around, we did flex start. Oh, that was center, but I was meaning to do that next. But see, now it pushes everything to the center, right? So that's all on the main axis. Flex start, push it all over here, right? Flex in, push it all over to the right.
Make it a column.
Make it a column? Yep, so let's keep, we'll just, column. So see it all going down? And if we gave that container like a particular height, so if we gave that container, what heights do we have? What would make sense? Heights of 160 each. So let's just give this container, I'm just going to choose a random height. All right, so you see that? This is, so this is where it gets kind of trippy here. So now with the column, our main axis is up to down, you know, top to bottom, right? And since we chose to justify content, you can see the space is equal in between each one, and same with this 5 and 6. You can really see the equal space in between 5 and 6. See that? Now, naturally, for what else on the cross-axis, the align items. So let's come look at this. The align items, or not align items. I'm sorry. Align content. What were you saying? So align content. let's do, right? So now that align content does it on the cross axis. So now since we have it in a column, the cross axis is left to right. So since we said align content in the center, it's aligning it on the cross axis in the center. All right, so it's kind of trippy when you do that column. It kind of messes with you.
So can you pan that bottom so we can see the rest of the box?
Yep,
That's
yep.
how they're stacking up the elements. 1, 2, okay.
See that?
Now here it is. Is that the center line right there above 3, between 2 and 3?
Yeah, so right here is the,
Now it's blank because it's balancing out.
right, yes, because we have set space around. So it's going to keep the boxes equal size and try to do equal spacing in between each box, right? So right in between, 2 and 3, this would be the center right here.
That's the powerful picture.
My question is, what's going on between 5 and 6?
Okay, so 5 and 6, a couple things are going on. First of all, it's keeping equal space around along this. So there's only 2, right, on this column versus this column. There's only 2, so it's basically keeping equal space. So it's got it right at that like 33.3% and that 66.6% like thing. Does that make sense, right?
So if we increase the height so that the 4 goes to the next column, it's equal columns?
Yeah, so we can do that. We'll just, I'm going to decrease. So just like that. See that? And the reason why they're pushed, like 2 and 5 are together, 3 and 6 are together, 1 and 4 are together, are because we have that align content, which is the cross axis, right? And we have it centered. So if we had that one space around as well, oh, hey, where'd you go, buddy? See that? Do you have a question? You just
Say you had it centered again.
okay.
Pushed together. Can you unpush them together with like the padding between them?
Not padding. Let's just say margin. Or actually do this. I'm trying to think of the easiest way to do this. So, right? So now you see it a little bit.
So the two work with each other.
The powerful thing about Flexbox is all that stuff you just saw. Imagine trying to do that with floats.
Yeah, right?
Or inline block, or or positioning.
Or even better, like if we just did center, like with regular floats, absolute positioning, all that, centering even a single element versus blocks, multiple elements in the center, both horizontally and vertically in a page, is unbelievably hard. All right, so let's do a use case for this. So let's create let's do our header. Let's do our header in Flex, right? So we're going to have something. In the past, we've floated something to the left and we floated something to the right, right? So what I'm going to do. So I'm going to grab all this again. Do we need to take a quick break? You want to take a quick break? 5 minutes? Are we good? 5 minutes? All right, cool.